Hey guys, it's ZenTheGeek here, and this is the Aorus CV27F tactical monitor. So today I'm going to be giving a brief review on this tactical monitor, what I think about it, how it works in real life, and how does it fare. So let's immediately jump right into design. I really am digging how it looks. It looks very futuristic. It's got an all metal black body with a penguin stand at the bottom, which is very simple and very sharp. It saves a lot of space because it's just two little sharp legs at the bottom, and it's got a very sturdy stand that helps you to adjust your monitor to your liking in terms of height, pivoting, tilting, swiveling, so you can just adjust it to your personal preference. I find that very useful. The monitor weighs just about 7 kilos, not too light, not too heavy, but it's still kind of portable because of weight distribution. So now we're going to move on to talking about the display. So this is a 27-inch VA panel, which is pretty good because you get the best between two worlds of the IPS and the TN. It's got a very high refresh rate thanks to FreeSync 2, so both NVIDIA and AMD users can benefit. It can go up to 165 Hz. But the thing about that is everyone will just raise questions. Oh, will it start tearing when I'm playing games, when I'm panning the mouse too fast? A lot of monitors actually do struggle with that, and because of such a problem, Aorus has introduced something called Overdrive, one of the many components of OSD Sidekick, which help clean up that potential tearing. So there are 3 profiles: balance, performance, and quality. I normally leave it at balance because I just want to keep things as neutral as possible. But now about the color quality, there's a DCI P3 gamut coverage of 90%, which is pretty decent, and 100% sRGB, which is the industrial standard. So for creative work such as video editing, I would say this isn't the purpose. This isn't like the best, but you can still do it. But we're focusing more on the gaming aspect because this is definitely a gaming monitor. OSD, I've mentioned about it before. OSD is part of the main highlight of all Aorus tactical monitors: on-screen display. So what it does is it's a separate software that helps you to customize almost every aspect of your monitor, such as your contrast, your brightness, your color vibrancy, and gives you preset profiles such as RTS, FPS, Aorus, standard RGB, movie. There are a lot of profiles. So on the menu itself, you just have to click on them and you can see that the monitor will automatically adjust to the preset and you're good to go. Another part of that is the hotkeys. If you don't want to use the OSD software, you can just assign a specific setting or profile to a hotkey in the OSD section and you're good to go. Streamers can benefit from this because they can just put the hotkeys onto their stream deck and they don't ever have to go into an intermission to do all these settings if they want to, like, let's say, change their game and they have to adjust those settings. The next thing I want to talk about is the dashboard. So what you can basically do with the dashboard is you can just put some diagnostics on any side of the monitor for you to monitor your settings, just like your GPU and CPU temperature, their respective clock rate, your mouse DPI, and a lot of other things that you want to put there. Even game timer, which is like to show how long your play session has been. And what's great about it is it's not like you have to install a separate software like MSI Afterburner to do the same thing anymore, because now it's built in, it's part of OSD, which is very good. So how that works now is that you connect a USB upstream to your computer and you can adjust all the settings of OSD like in an overlay style just using your mouse. So that is very convenient. You don't have to clumsily look for the navigation button, which is located at the bottom of the monitor, to adjust your settings anymore. And now that I'm talking about the back of the monitor, that is where 2 RGB strips, one on each side, lie down respectively. You can customize it via RGB Fusion 2.0. You can even sync it with you have an Aorus motherboard, GPU, or even the RAM, so that everything is synchronized to, you know, your own profile to your liking. But I must say, however, the monitor is not very bright on its own. So if you wanted this to have that ambient lighting, you pretty much can't get that. You can only, it's got enough RGB to only flex to your friends that you have an RGB monitor. So as for real-time game performance, OSD offers a lot of little solutions to make your gaming experience a little more enjoyable. One of them is black equalizer, which I personally like because when I'm placed in dark places in a game that I'm playing, black equalizer automatically ups the brightness a bit without making it unrealistic, and I can pretty much say that I can see in the dark a bit. A good example is when I was on a sewer level in Wolfenstein Youngblood, where it's literally pitch black. The black equalizer really upped the brightness and I could see things like the floor and the end of a wall. So that really helped my experience, because when it gets too dark it really just gets a bit annoying and I have to resort to leaving my flashlight on, and enemies can see me in my flashlight and I start a fight and I'm a stealth guy. And another part of that whole gaming experience I would say would be game assist, which is where you can use a customized crosshair. Part of the overlay, again, it's fantastic, I love it. And you couple it with something called aim stabilizer, where it acts like it gives you that same experience where when you're playing on a PS4 controller and it's got that aim assist that helps you move toward moving target much faster. It really does that, but ever so slightly, because if you make it too obvious it kind of feels like a hack, and that is not what this monitor is all about. A customized crosshair, I made a really big red crosshair, much akin to like Counter-Strike days, and that was pretty enjoyable. It's overlaid onto an existing crosshair part of the game. A good example is like Battlefield 5. My red crosshair just replaces the current crosshair there. For me, it's just a personal preference. It doesn't necessarily improve your skill, but it's just for the sake of customization, and you can turn it off or on. It's your thing anyway. And to the more cool part of OSD is something called ANC, active noise cancelling. So how this works is a wideband DSP chip is built into this monitor, coupled with a couple of microphones in front that actively picks up any ambient noise, filters it out, and of course cancels it in a way. But the thing about that is you can only use it using a 3.5mm jack microphone. So USB mics, I'm sorry, you can't enjoy this benefit, but it's okay. Anyway, I've started talking to my friends with ANC on and off, and they told me that my voice was softer when ANC was on, but they could only hear my voice. Usually they could hear my background noise, such as my computer's fans, a motorcycle passing by, and that is pretty cool. But that is not the highlight feature. You do not buy this just to use ANC. It's a good feature to have. So you can adjust the intensity of your ANC via the OSD Sidekick app. You can choose, from very low to very high, and also choose the position of your microphone, whether it's built into your headset or located on your table in various positions. You have that endless customization that Aorus tactical monitors can give you. Now the inputs and outputs. At the back of the monitor there are around 8 ports, so you'll be getting a single DisplayPort version 1.2, 2 HDMI 2.0, 2 USB 3.0s, an audio jack, a microphone jack, the USB upstream which I've mentioned for OSD, and your power port. So there is no power brick for this monitor, which is great. It reduces the bulk of carrying multiple things when you're transporting the monitor around. The inverter is built inside, so you just direct connect your AC. So that is pretty convenient. Now I'm going to be talking about that 1500R curvature, which is pretty interesting because everyone claims that 1500R follows the human eye's natural viewing angle. It's meant to reduce that strain when you use a monitor too long. Much to that claim, I would say it's true, because I played Wolfenstein Youngblood, I know I won't shut up about it, guilty, for like 4 hours straight, and I did not get the usual eye strain that I used to get on my, straight monitor. On my straight monitor, that 1500R I would say is the sweet spot. I've used other ultra wides that are like 1800R, and I don't know why it started to feel uncomfortable. After a while, my eyeballs are just gonna start moving at the opposite direction, and I really don't want that. This at 27 inches at 1500R is very comfortable. So there you have it, guys. That's my general review of the Aorus CV27F. For now, the takeaway for this monitor is it's got a gorgeous design. I love that minimalist all metal black finish, that space-saving penguin fan, a sturdy base that I can use to adjust to my liking. Please do not turn it from horizontal to vertical. That is a very bad thing for you to do. You're gonna break it. And the asking price, it's 1,699 ringgit. A little bit on the steep side, but with so many features, it would justify the cost. Thank you guys for watching. I'm ZenTheGeek. If you like my content, please do like and subscribe and follow my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video because I really want to play Wolfenstein right now. Peace!